Unknown to each other, they pass all their time playing cards, drinking some kind of rice beer and giving themselves over to various excesses. His superiors had ordered him not to touch the lepers, not to be touched by them, and not to eat with them. But Father Damien could not obey that command, knowing that Jesus freely touched the lepers. In a letter to his brother, Father Damien said, "As for me, I make myself a leper with the lepers to gain all for Christ. Because of this, when I preach I normally say, we lepers." Over the next 15 years, Father Damien worked tirelessly as a true father, doctor, construction worker, farmer, gravedigger, and priest. Throughout his ministry to the lepers, he personally dug more than 1,000 graves and built as many coffins for the people he buried, giving them a dignified funeral. For the living, he built hundreds of homes, chapels, roads, hospitals, and even a fresh water system. He taught catechism, celebrated the sacraments, and converted many souls. He regularly visited every person under his care, Catholic, Protestant, and atheist alike. In 1885, he wrote, "During the week I visit my numerous sick and busy myself with orphans, who are all lepers. At times it can be quite unpleasant to be always surrounded by these unfortunate children, but I find consolation in it. They learn their catechism well, and are present daily at morning mass and the evening rosary." Father Damien transformed that wretched community into a community of believers, giving them the hope of the gospel and the dignity they deserved. It soon became clear that Father Damien's ministry was not only to those on the island. Many in Europe began to hear about and were inspired by his ministry. Letters he had written home were published in newspapers, and as his fame grew, donations poured in to assist with the work. Though many held him up as a modern hero, others criticized him as reckless for touching the lepers and allowing himself to be touched. Even some within the Hawaiian government were critical, given his constant pleas for assistance for his lepers. After 11 years of ministering to the lepers, Father Damien contracted leprosy himself, suffered with the disease for 5 more years, dying during Holy Week in his 16th year of ministry on the island. On his deathbed, he announced to his companions that the Lord was calling him to celebrate Easter that year in heaven. He died with a heart filled with joy. Throughout history, the Church has always honored martyrs. Those who willingly endured suffering and death rather than renounce their faith give us a powerful witness. Father Damien, though not a martyr by blood, was a martyr of charity. His love for the rejects of society led him to lay his life down for them all, holding nothing back. The result of his heroic sacrifice was the transformation of a disordered society of outcasts into a community of faith and hope. Ponder your own calling to reach out to those who experience isolation within your community. The poor, sick, mentally ill, and sinner are all in need of God's mercy. Be open to any way that God may want to use you as an instrument of His limitless charity by pledging to be a martyr of charity yourself.